plant being pruned, each fertilizer being put in place, without the outside world noticing the transformation that is taking place. The power of waiting is another essential mechanism for control. The one who knows how to wait knows the right time to act. It's like a fisherman who casts their net into the sea and patiently waits for the right moment to pull it in, knowing that patience will bring a greater reward. The one who hurries often makes mistakes and wastes opportunities, while the one who knows how to wait reaps the fruits at the right time with precision and effectiveness. And how can you apply these mechanisms in your daily life? First, learn to control your impulsive reactions. Before responding to a provocation, take a deep breath, observe the situation, and decide whether it's the right time to act or not. Don't get carried away by anger or frustration, but act with calm and rationality. How about, for example, starting to practice waiting in everyday situations, such as lines, meetings, or traffic? Try not to get irritated or impatient, but just observe what is happening and take the opportunity to reflect on your own emotions. In addition, learn to use silence as a communication tool. When you are in a negotiation or a discussion, don't rush to speak, but listen carefully to what the other person has to say. Ask questions, observe their reactions, and let the silence do its work. Silence, in this context, is like a conductor who leads the orchestra of communication, creating pauses that increase the impact of your words. Speech is silver, silence is golden, says the proverb. The mechanisms of control are revealed in the ability to observe, act, wait, and use silence with mastery, not to dominate, but to understand the world and oneself. It's the dance between action and inaction, speech and silence, that allows us to transform each moment into an opportunity to build a fuller and more fulfilling life. It's a way of mastering impulses and understanding the flow of life, always remaining in control of your actions and reactions on the board of life. Now let's explore one of the most intriguing and powerful strategies, the strategy of emptiness. It may sound paradoxical, but creating spaces of power through absence is a refined technique used by great strategists and leaders throughout history. Think about those moments when the absence of a person or something specific causes a much greater impact than the presence. It's like a blank canvas, where the absence of color creates infinite expectation and possibility. Control through absence manifests in the ability not to be present, not to get involved, to remain distant. It's a way of creating a vacuum that attracts the attention and interest of others. Emptiness, in this context, is not a lack, but an opportunity. It is the ability to place oneself on the sidelines, not to get involved in the trivialities of everyday life, and to observe the world from a broader perspective. The power of non-action is another essential aspect of the strategy of emptiness. It is not about remaining inert, but about acting with purpose. It is the ability to refrain from doing something, not to react impulsively, not to get carried away by the agitation of the moment. It's like a river that flows, that bypasses obstacles instead of facing them, that finds its way through non-resistance. The power of mystery is a way of using emptiness to awaken the curiosity and imagination of others. The less you reveal about yourself, your plans and intentions, the more people tend to wonder about you, which makes you an even more interesting figure. It's like a closed box, where the absence of information awakens the curiosity of those who see it, which makes it a source of fascination and interest. And how can you apply the strategy of emptiness in your life? First, learn to create spaces of silence in your conversations and interactions. Instead of filling every moment with words, let silence speak for itself. Let the other person reflect on what has been said. Let the absence of noise create an environment of reflection. How about starting to apply this practice in meetings, where people often talk non-stop without giving themselves time to think? Try next time to speak less and observe more, paying attention to the effect that silence has on others. In addition, learn to distance yourself from situations that don't add value to you. Don't feel obliged to participate in every discussion or activity, but choose wisely where you will invest your energy and time. Your absence in these cases can be more impactful than your presence. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, says the popular saying. Try, for example, to abstain from social media for a few hours or a whole day. See how this will give you more time to dedicate yourself to other things and how this absence will make you feel less need to be always connected. The strategy of emptiness is a path that invites us to step away from the rush of everyday life, to distance ourselves from the noise of the world, and to reconnect with our own essence. It's an invitation to cultivate silence, observation, and mystery, transforming absence into a source of power, clarity, and self-knowledge. It's the dance of presence and absence, of sound and silence, that allows us to master the nuances of life and achieve a new form of power, subtle and effective. It's in the end, understanding that not acting can have a much greater effect than the action itself. And we have reached the apex of our journey, the mastery of control. Mastering silence, the art of observation, the power of containment, and the strategy of emptiness is what takes us to a level of control that goes beyond the superficial. It's the conquest of a power that doesn't impose itself, but that emanates from wisdom, self-knowledge, and the ability to connect with the flow of life. Mastering silence is not just knowing when to be quiet, but knowing when to speak and how to use words to impact and influence. It's the ability to create strategic pauses, to let silence do its work, to use words with precision and intention. It's like a conductor who leads an orchestra, who controls the rhythm and the melody, who makes each instrument play in harmony. The art of observation is revealed in the ability to perceive the details, the nuances, what lies hidden in the subtext. It's the ability to read people, to understand their motivations, to anticipate their movements. It's like a strategist who studies the battlefield, who analyzes the strengths and weaknesses of the enemy, who plans every move carefully. The power of containment manifests in the ability to control emotions, not to be carried away by impulses, to remain calm in crisis situations. It's the ability to remain serene in the face of chaos, not to lose your head, to act with rationality. It's like a martial arts master who controls their movements, who deflects the opponent's blows, who waits for the right moment to counterattack. And how can we achieve this mastery of control? First, practice self-awareness. Observe your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors. Ask yourself, why am I acting like this? What are my triggers? How can I improve? Self-knowledge is the basis of all control. How about, for example, starting a journal in which you write down your reflections, your perceptions, and your discoveries? This will help you identify your patterns of behavior, your strengths and weaknesses. Also, practice conscious breathing. Whenever you feel anxious, irritated, or frustrated, take a few deep breaths, observe your breathing, and bring your mind to the present. Breathing is a powerful tool that connects you with your center and helps you control your emotions. Try, for example, taking a few deep breaths whenever you feel under pressure, and see how this helps you stay calm. And finally, learn to forgive yourself. We all make mistakes, and it's important to accept our failures and learn from them. Don't be too hard on yourself, but move forward with more wisdom and compassion. He who conquers others is strong. He who conquers himself is mighty, said Lao Tzu. The mastery of control is a continuous journey, a relentless search for self-knowledge and self-control. It is a path that leads us to a level of power that doesn't impose itself but conquers through wisdom, patience, and compassion. It is the art of living in harmony with oneself and the world, of transforming each moment into an opportunity to grow and evolve. It is the culmination of silence, observation, containment, and emptiness, which allows us to master the art of life and become the masters of our own destiny. Thank you for getting this far. If you liked the content and found it useful, don't forget to leave your like and share it with someone you appreciate. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this and stay tuned for upcoming content. Who knows what intriguing topic we will explore next? A mystery that will only be revealed at the right moment. And remember, peace and light on your journey. See you soon.